Hi! On the Woodpecker this time, I'll show you how I built this street sign. A friend of my sister's asked if I could build a sign like this for her son's birthday. I start with the base by putting some pieces of wood through the thickness planner. Then I cut them square and remove each corner. On the thicker piece, I make two different profiles, a cove on the bottom edges and an OG on the top. I put the same profile on the thinner piece. To help the gluing alignment, I drill some holes in the center of each piece. I spread glue on the smallest piece, and with the help of a nail, I align both pieces. I then clamp the base and put it aside to dry. Now it's the ideal time to make the pattern for the sign. I glue the pattern on a piece of plywood and cut the straight lines using the table saw. The arch top is cut with the bandsaw. I just need to find the arch smooth. With the help of my new pattern, I mark a piece of pine and I cut it roughly on the bandsaw. Then I cut the straight part with the table saw, just like I did with the pattern. The rest is cut with the router, using the pattern again. After sanding the sign, I put on the first coat of paint. Now that the glue is dry, I can sand the base. The coves and OGs are sanded by hand. I drill all the necessary holes for the sign. First, the base, to hold the central post. Second, the central post itself, for the sign support. And finally, in the balls, at each end of the sign support. Since this is for a kid, I chamfer all the sharp corners. I can finally glue the post to the base. I use epoxy glue because the tenon at the end of the post is loose in the hole. I clean the squeeze out with lacquer thinner. I cut a block of birch so it will be easier to turn. This part is used to hold the ball on top of the post. I make it round using my lathe. Then I shape it and sand it. The flat sides are done on the band sander. I drill a hole on the top of my new turn piece, which will help to hold the top ball. Speaking of the ball, I paint it white. All the other pieces are painted green. With a stencil and painter's tape, I paint a yellow line around the sign. When it's all dry, I put on a clear coat of lacquer, so all the pieces will be shiny. It's time now to stick the letters to the sign. I use blue tape to help me align all the letters. For the word street, I begin at the end and go backwards. Finally, the sign is finished. I drill pilot holes for the eye screws on the support and the sign. I screw the turn part on top of the post. It's time now to glue all the pieces. I use epoxy glue, which I thicken with silica powder. When mixed well, it turns into a paste. I use it to glue both balls at the end of the horizontal support. For the big ball, I put epoxy inside the top hole and then put the ball on it. I screw all the eye screws. Finally, I can attach the sign to the support. Here's the finished Sesame Street sign. Thank you for watching and see you next time for another episode of The Woodpecker.